It's time now for the most motivational segment in all of sports is the Bud List. Because we've got IndyCar practice coming up, we only have an hour show. The show is already halfway over. Had no time to go to the post office, just going to get right to the motivation. That's what the fans want.
That's it?
Yep, raw motivation.
There's something coming.
Raw and uncut
There's
motivation.
a cowboy
There's
brew going to be
nothing
flying
coming.
across the
Mailing
screen,
it in,
Jackson
bro.
Blade.
And for you to be the
Dog or
leader of the
something.
show, the fact that you haven't figured out, it is worth substituting a little time for the pick-me-up Brew gets from the letter. The letter motivates Brew.
It gets me.
To then motivate
It's
other
like
people.
a pregame speech.
Exactly right.
From a coach.
Or a smelling salt.
So here we
Almost.
go.
Yeah.
Number 3. I bring it no matter what. All right. Number 3, Jalen Duren. Look, Jalen, a lot of reasons that you guys are on the brink of elimination as the number 1 seed.
Yeah.
Asur Thompson not clothing himself in glory this series.
Some great defensive plays by Asur.
He's had some, but I need a little something on something on the offensive end. Duncan Robinson, who's not great, but he's important for you guys to take a little pressure off of Cade. He didn't play last night with a back injury. And Cade, for all his greatness, averaging 6 turnovers in this 3-game losing streak that has you down 3-2 to the Cavs. So there are a lot of reasons, but Jalen, you're clearly number 1. The Pistons have come to count on you for 20 points and 10 rebounds a game. That seems like ancient history. 20 points, 10 rebounds a game, what you did in the regular season. This series, look at this drop. That is the biggest drop in the playoff history since the merger in 1976. That's when the merger was with the ABA. So that's some serious, a serious stat there for you, Jalen. This series, you're averaging 9 points, 6.5 boards. That makes what you did against Orlando, 10 points, 9 rebounds, or 50% shooting, 53%, look good. And it wasn't good, believe me. And so you have disappeared. It's just as simple as that. And here's the problem. For the Pistons, it could deny you guys your first trip to the Eastern Conference Finals since 2008. For you, it could be big money.
Can I ask a question, bro?
Yeah.
Cross sports, but Cal Raleigh had this like huge slump. He was like 0 for 38. Yeah. He just went on the DL with an oblique strain.
Yeah.
Is there a chance that Duren, it's so bad, it's so historically bad that he has an injury? Hurt? Don't worry about that.
I mean, if we find that,
about.
If we find that out, that would probably be good.
I know, but then why is it? It's just an all-time choke job. It's crazy.
I don't know if it's. He's being exposed as maybe just not. Remember last year he was 10 and 11. Those are his numbers.
He might be out of gas too.
Yeah, it could be.
It might be he's playing this. Hasn't played this many games for. I don't know.
But well, look, it's a bad time.
And he's a free agent
because he's a restricted free agent. If he makes the All-NBA team, which I think he will, I had him on my second team.
I think he'll make it.
I think he'll make at least third team. He is up for a 5-year, $287 million extension. I'm sorry. If I'm the Pistons, there's no way I'm signing off.
Maybe that's what it is.
Look, well, that's not a good sign either. If that's the case, if he's nervous about the money, I doubt that's the case. But look, the bright side. Let's end on a positive note.
Yeah.
You got 2 games left, or at 1 game at least.
Yep.
That if you play well and the Pistons win, you got another game, maybe a whole nother series, if not more. And so there is time for redemption, Jalen. But you better get started now. I have believed in you. That's why I picked you guys to reach the finals and put you on All-NBA. But go ahead and start delivering. All right, at number 2, Julius Randle. Now, Nick, I thought Randle's playoff woes were behind him. Now, in New York, he was known for it. He was a 2-time All-NBA player. And in the playoffs.
Was dreadful.
Yes. I mean, shot 34% in like 3 series. The 3 playoff series he played in with the Knicks shot 34%. Again, as an all-NBA player, it was bad. And it ultimately got you shipped out of town to Minnesota where you're at now. Last year, you were good in the playoffs. Averaged 21 points a game, helped the Timberwolves get back to the Western Conference Finals. But you have disappeared this series 14 points a game, 30-some-odd% shooting from the floor, 36% shooting from the floor. And Anthony Edwards desperately, who's playing valiantly on 2 bad knees, desperately needs a consistent second score. And that's supposed to be you. Again, like with Duren, there is time. You guys are down 3-2. There's time for you to, come out and play well in game 6 and 7 if there is one, and redeem yourself. But if you don't, if you go out meekly in this series, you and the team, you could find yourself on the trading block. There was already talk about that at the trade deadline, and it could happen this offseason. Certainly be something you'd have to be concerned or worried about. So, Julius, good luck. All right, at number 1, James Harden. Now, James, I know you are unaware of the chatter that's out there about you, but let me help you out. The chatter is that many people, most people, maybe everyone outside of you and your circle, believe that you don't come up big in the playoffs, that you shrink in the big games and the big moments. Now, to your credit, you have played very well since that game 2 stinker where you had 10 points in this series. You have played very well in leading the Cavs to 3 straight wins. You dropped 30 last night, which was great, and now you're up 3-2. But the real test is about to begin, because games 6 and 7 are huge. I'll give you a little bit of your history, and not to make it a negative thing, but you see the graphic right here. Those numbers don't look terrible, but the 39% from the field, the 30% from 3 in game 6 and 7. It's a little worse than that because, look, 2017, Nick, against the Spurs, he was in Houston at the time. You had a 33-point game and a 43-point game in that series. Game 6, needed 10 points, 6 turnovers, 2 for 11 shots.
And that was a game where Kawhi, Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili were all out.
Yes.
And they lost by, I think, 42 points.
Yes. There you go.
Yeah.
2023, you're in Philadelphia. You're against Boston. Now you've dropped 2 40-plus point games. All right? And then combined in game 6 and 7, you scored 22 with 10 turnovers on 26% shooting from the floor. And last year you had some big games in your series with Denver. You were with the Clippers then. And in game 7, 7 points. Yeah. 2 for 8 shooting. Only 8 shots. So
there
James,
was a
look,
1 for 10 in Brooklyn mixed in there too as well.
Yeah, I couldn't go through all of them. But
yeah.
But you look, getting through this series, playing well in game 6 and 7 is not going to erase your playoff troubles. That would take the next series and maybe even get into the finals. But if you fall back into the tank and struggle in these next 2 games and the Cavs lose the series, then it really just makes a bad playoff resume even worse. So James, I actually do believe you might get over this hump, at least this series.
Quality bud list. You ready for the Sports Media Ombudsman? It's Thursday at 3:37. You're in for
He gets an intro?
Well, it's more of a sarcastic intro.
Yeah, it is.
It's time now.
It usually says whether you like it or
Whether you
not.
like it or not, it's time for the Sports Media Ombudsman.
Drew's not going to like it.
A lot of fodder out there.
Drew's not going to like this one.
Uh-oh.
No, I'm not firing back at any, people with podcasts who've been firing at me this week. That's fine. I'm keeping it on the court, kind of. I need my friends in print and broadcast media to brush up on some definitions. Most notably, what revenge means. Revenge, typically, is someone does you wrong and you get them back. It's not typically, a great story of revenge is not, I robbed this guy's house, and then the next day, I robbed him again. That's not revenge. It's a crime spree. And so I was a little stunned when Wemby's Game 5 was framed as his revenge. On who, for what? Yet, The Athletic, New York Times owned, great publication, showed me this headline. Victor Wembanyama counters Timberwolves rage baiting with cold-blooded revenge. I watched
Moving paper
on ESPN.
They love Wemby.
Chinny, who I think is outstanding, did a whole monologue about how the bear clawed back. Folks, the person you're talking about is not the one receiving this vicious elbow. He's the one delivering it. To Wemby's credit, he has since apologized and said he regretted it. Oh, wait, no, he hasn't.
I was going to say.
He's not apologized.
I missed that one.
He hasn't talked about it. He's never, when he was asked to finally acknowledge it, he's like, that was 2 games ago. Oh. But yeah, we didn't talk to you after game 4 because he got thrown out. The only person you've talked to about it is Pop. We don't know what that was said there.
Oh, Pop was not happy.
So listen, I am not going after Wemby here. I don't even really mind the elbow. I wish he didn't hit him in the throat, but had he hit him in the chest, it wouldn't have been a big deal. It was dangerous and he shouldn't have done it. I don't think it makes him a bad guy. But I am stunned. If I'm Naz Reid's aunt, I'm like, wait a minute. What's going on? Why is he exacting revenge on my son for what he did? I don't get it. So
even Naz Reid gave him a little push, like, "What's Naz Reid telling him?"
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't
like
make
a gentle
sense.
push.
I will say this. I think, like, he didn't apologize. You're right. He just said, "Hey, I'm moving on."
Yeah.
I think he looks at it like it's the playoffs.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's got clearly a student of history. I'm sure he's looked at Kevin McHale and Kurt Rambis,
Absolutely.
Bill Laimbeer and Robert Prince, like Kareem, like
Dr. J and Bird.
Right. I'm Carl Malone. I'm sure he's like, hey,
And I think
I'm not
he
going to do it
knows-
again, but this,
And
I'm
I think
not
he knows
apologizing.
these guys try to bully me.
Yeah, they
Because I'm
clearly
skinny
give
and they're not
physical
going to
with
let
him.
me.
Yeah, they
but
definitely give
I just
physical
don't.
with him.
I just didn't. That's all. Go ahead, KW.
Ohtani, believe it or not, headed to the Bud list.
What?
Might be one of his first, if only.
Oh, yeah.
And
We haven't
only
heard much
appearance.
about the boat lately.
Ohtani's
He's still
hitting
in the boat.
under duress.
Slump. It's called a slump.
Pitching, he's doing phenomenal. Last night, 7 innings, 8 strikeouts, no runs. His ERA is now at .82.
That's crazy.
Should
Does
win
he
the
doesn't
Cy
have a
Young.
win this year, though.
Does
he have a win?
Yeah, he's got a few wins, and he won last night. They won, I think, 4-0. The problem is, bro, hitting, kind of falling off a cliff.
There's no Bobby Witt. That's
Since May 14th, we did both. May 14th last year, May 14th this year. Batting average from 302 to 240. Hits from 48 to 36. Runs are down. Home runs are down. And he hit one earlier this week. That used to be 12-6. Extra base hits are way down. Slugging percentage way down. He's getting tonight off, okay? Didn't hit yesterday when he pitched. And Dave Roberts is giving him the night off tonight. According to FoxSports.com, this will be the first time in Ohtani's tenure with the Dodgers that he'll be held out of the lineup in consecutive games, even though he's available to play. So Dave Roberts thinks it's a minor league emergency. They're benching him. It's a little bit of fatigue, but we need Ohtani to get back on
I have
track.
a great question.
Okay.
Let's say he won the Cy Young this year, but continued to hit 240, whatever, 20.
Would you just make him just a hitter? Yes.
One or the other? Yeah, I mean, one or the other. Which is he more
Well, no,
valuable?
well, the thing is,
Now he's a great pitcher.
He might be
who can
more
hit.
valuable for them as a pitcher, but I would
as a pitcher
rather
with just this
for his
average
career
bat.
have him as-
I mean, if I guess it'd be that, Brew.
I'd rather
Let
him be a hitter as a fan, but as a team, he's probably more
Because it's not like
valuable
he's
as
a
pitcher.
bad hitter right now.
Spurs at Wolves tomorrow. Wemby's got a chance to go to the conference finals, take on the Thunder. Last 2 wins, bro. Put up some big numbers, 39, 27. He's got a total of 32 rebounds, 8 blocks, and shooting okay from 3 after going 2 for 15 over his first 2 games this
And
series.
Brew probably likes the 5 attempts more than anything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
that's
the right
about
number.
where he should
That's
be.
the right number.
Absolutely.
Do you expect Wemby to close this out, bro?
I do. Now, I wouldn't be shocked if the T-Wolves, they got a lot of heart. Obviously, Ant is great, and maybe Jaden McDaniels or somebody has a big night. But I really feel, Nick, like the Spurs are going to close this out. I feel like that game 4 expulsion or ejection, whatever you want to call it, I think that woke up something in Wemby.
Ooh.
I really like the way he came, and we've seen him before, like late in the season, he
Yeah.
was putting up huge numbers. But I just think now, like they talked about the angry and mature Wemby, I think he's still angry, and I think he's matured from that ejection to know, like they've been pushing. I'm not trying to make him a victim, but he has been getting pushed
they've been
around.
going after
and the
him.
way he handled it in Game 5
Perfect.
was great. He laughed about it, whatever. It doesn't bother me. I think it was getting to him maybe earlier, even just in his mind and bothering him. It was a nuisance. I don't think he feels that way now. I think he's going to come out again like he did in Game 5 and try to give him a knockout punch early.
First quarter.
Yeah, and keep playing well. I'm not saying it'll be a blowout early because they make runs, but I just think I think they're dialed in, and I'm not saying they're looking ahead because they better not be looking ahead, but you know who they want. And I think they're looking at this like this has been brewing all year. We're the two best teams in the West. We're the two youngest teams in the West. It's going to be like this for a decade. Let's go get them there resting. Let's go ahead and get this series started. So I do think they close them out.
I think they need to. And I know Game 7's in San Antonio, but if hovering over everything with the Spurs has been the youth and lack of experience factor of it. And I do think we have already seen, arguably, that it cost them a game. Mm-hmm. The Wemby ejection.
Certainly, arguably.
And again, we don't know how it would have played out, but certainly, arguably, it already cost them a game. And I think that, oddly, if they were to go to a Game 7, how easy round 1 was might actually work against them. That there was at no point in round 1 where they felt in real jeopardy. Like, you talk about how...
Remember, it was 1-1 and Wemby was hurt.
Correct. And then they crushed them in that, that game. So maybe they had a little trepidation going into that, especially before they knew Wemby was going to be back as quickly as he was. But it was very clear pretty early that Portland was going to have an outlier of outlier three-point shooting night game after game to be able to beat that team 4 times. And the Timberwolves are the exact opposite. Game 7 on the road, where they're heavy underdogs, they can be down 20 points and feel like we can win it because that's what they did 2 years ago. And I also think, you said Ant is great. Ant is great. Does Ant have the ability to consistently be great with his knees in the condition they are? I don't know the answer to that. I do think that he should be at his best in Game 6 because of the extra day of rest. And I think that Minnesota crowd in Game 6 will be spectacular. So I think if this goes 7, if we have a Game 7 here, I like Minnesota.
Really?
But I also think that what Bruce said is correct after Game 5. The Spurs are better. You know what I mean? I thought going into the series that Minnesota could actually be better than them. That they were peaking, that I was throwing out the entirety of the regular season because Minnesota Chris Finch was saying it. They didn't care. They're a playoff team. I just thought, line it up equally, Minnesota's slightly better. I don't feel that way anymore. I think Brew was correct on the Spurs being the better team, which is why they can win a closeout Game 6. I was really impressed by the fact that Minnesota was down 12 at halftime, tied it almost immediately, and then the Spurs were like, all right, we're done screwing around, and won by 29, outscoring them by 29 in the final 20 minutes of the game, to me is the line. They're the better team.
But you don't want to play with a Game 7.
No, not with
anything
youth.
Could happen. Yeah,
Yes.
it's just anything could happen.
It'd be fine. If the Wolves do lose and get eliminated, this team was built to beat Denver. Denver is no longer the team to beat. Do you think they make major changes?
Well, I'm trying to. I mean, Nick and I were talking earlier. They were on the trade deadline. They were one of those teams in the Giannis sweepstakes, so to speak. They'd have to find a third, maybe fourth team to make it happen. But that's what I would be trying to do. They gotta get a consistent second scorer. Like Julius Randle's a little up and down. Jaden can do it here and there, and he's great. I'm not trying to move him at all. But I need somebody that can give me 21.
And as good as DiVincenzo is, and they missed him,
he's not
that's not what he is.
Yeah.
That is correct.
They don't have that guy. They don't have that second scorer.
Quick episode of Winners and Losers. Winner statues. 2 stories here. 1, Jeannie Buss said LeBron's still playing. We don't talk about statues until someone retires. So we assume LeBron's going to get a statue eventually. Lisa Leslie is getting a statue.
That's great.
2-time NBA champion, 2-time NBA Finals MVP, 3-time MVP. So congratulations to Lisa Leslie.
All-time career.
deserved.
Where do you think they'll put the statue, Brew?
They have some across the street, right? No, she should definitely be out in the front. It's just not much room out there. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, I've been there. It's a maze
it's
getting in there.
unwieldy getting into Staples.
It's a maze.
And also,
Everybody got a
KW, I am not as confident as you sound like you are that LeBron is getting a statue at Staples.
What?
Yeah, I don't think it's a done deal.
LeBron is definitely getting a statue.
In Cleveland?
Cleveland, absolutely.
100%.
And it should be humongous.
LeBron should have 3 statues.
In Cleveland, Miami, and LA.
Yes.
Believe it or not, I agree with that take. I'm just telling you, I'm not certain it's happening.
I don't know if he'll get one anywhere but Cleveland. I don't know. But
I will commission a statue. Loser to ground, Biloxi taking on the Montgomery Biscuits. The Biscuits, Austin Overn, lines this to right. The right fielder is a little banged up on the play. Here comes Austin for the inside the park home run. The ball is wedged into the ground like you've never seen before in your life. Nobody can get it out. They're kicking at it. They're grabbing at it. The ball is totally submerged into the ground. Finally, they pull it up like a buried treasure. Wow. It goes down as a home run.
So the right fielder's okay? He was just trying to get the ball? Is that what
No, I think he actually a little bit banged up, but eventually they pull out the ball.
That's incredible.
It looks like an oyster. It's all,
I'm not from the Northeast like you. I never went oyster farming.
Oh, you should.
I know.
Great.
That's
You're going for mussels?
I never done.
You know what? If you come out to Long Island, I've got a huge rake with spikes on it. You get in there.
Is this a real, for the first time ever, a real invite?
No. Winner the Dolphins, H.N. Now the 3rd highest paid running back.
Correct. They're not the winner here. And I like H.N. The winner
is H.N.
Well, yes. And also the Chiefs for getting ahead of the running back market.
Oh, that's a savvy take.
Kenneth Walker now makes less than Breece Hall and Devin Achane. I think he's better than, you know what I mean? Like the running back market.
They're all really good.
He's really good. 12 touchdowns last year.
H.N. is sweet.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.